When it's quieter, we're going to do a tasting outside. And then we're going to come back in here. We're going to see some cool stuff. And then we'll finish out there. We're actually going to go into the cellar as well tonight. Alright, so you guys want to follow me or just keep that back around?
Ceilings. Yeah. We have the best view with beer and water.
Alright. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Awesome.
Good. You enjoying your cruise so far?
Yes.
Great. So my name is Don. I am the current brewmaster on Carnival Celebration. Okay. This is my friend and assistant.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hello.
He will be the man behind the scenes, making things happen as we are doing the tour. Okay. Also, several of the beers that you're going to have today are Nikolai's beers. That's because we've been trying to train and promote from within. And we've done that successfully once, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And hopefully this will be the next guy. It'll be sad because we won't work on a ship together anymore, but we
Work together on the phone.
will work together on the phone. Yeah, we'll see each other on WhatsApp, right? All right, so listen, before we get started, just a few things. There's multiple of you, right? There's one of me. I'm going to talk about this loud, right? You guys all pay for this, so if we can keep the chatter at the table to a minimum, that'd be great. A lot of your questions that you probably have, trust me, it's like being on a boat down the river. I'm going to answer most of them for you. Okay? If you do have a question, that's fine. This is a beer tour, so hopefully you guys like beer. If you don't, goodbye. Well, you're here for moral support?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I'll give you a pass.
I'll bring her.
There you go. All right, that's fine. Let's see. Also, we won't be serving you guys the beer today. Look at her face.
So why are we here?
See? Again, your questions will be answered, right? So Nikolai's gonna go and grab some pictures. He's gonna drop them on the table. and you're gonna pour the beer for yourself.
Oh, okay.
Because later on, if you start singing "I Believe I Can Fly," and you think you can jump off deck 9, and you're not gonna go splash, you're gonna go splat. Yeah, I don't have to fill out any paperwork. Have fun.
I didn't see a thing.
Have fun. Be safe. Right? You did it to yourself. Right? So that is kind of the reason there. Also, we're gonna have different styles, and so some of you might like a certain style, and some of you might not like a certain style. Okay, and that's okay. And so sharing's caring. We're all here together, right? Let's see. The only other thing is hopefully no one here is easily offended.
No, we're not. Are we? No.
I hope not. It is a
A
beer.
couple of our customers staggering over.
Yeah, it is a beer tour, and there's a reason why Guest Services is located across from the brewery. Yeah. So, all right. Everyone good?
Yes.
All right. I guess the only other thing is it is elegant night. I know that. I understand, right? I'll try to keep it. This story's about an hour and a half. Okay. If you're in, you're in. All right. So be prepared. We can get through this slower or faster. It doesn't change how much beer you're gonna get or anything like that. Right. So a little bit about myself. Yes, I am American. I know, it's kind of shocking. Yeah, I think there's, from what I was told, 6 of us out of 1,800 crew members on the ship right now. Yeah, so we're like unicorns. Very rarely together. I don't think I can name another one. So there's 75 different nationalities that work on this ship as well, out of the 1,800. So I am from South Louisiana. Originally from New Orleans. I live about 20 minutes outside the city now. So, yeah. I've been a professional brewer for 13 years, I think, going now. It's hard to keep track now. So I have a degree in organic chemistry because I thought I wanted to be a doctor. And so I went to med school. And after my second semester, I decided I didn't really like sick people. Yeah, so it doesn't really make a good doctor, right? So I went home after the semester and told my mom, hey, look, I'm not going back, which made her very, very proud. Right? Yeah, and so then I went and I got a degree in brewing science and engineering from Vermont. Yes. So yes, you can get a degree in beer. Which my mom thought was total BS. Right? Yeah, so I worked for a brewing company for Carnival. I worked for them for about 10 years. If you've ever had Purple Haze or Andy Gator or Turbo Dog, guess what? I probably made that beer for you when you were drinking it. I did R&D brewing for them for like 6 of those 10 years. So any of the crazy beers you've seen come out of there lately, peanut butter and jelly, Nutter Fluffer, any of that, you're welcome. Yeah, those were all mine. And then, that's kind of what got me on the radar of Carnival. Right, so, and I've been working with Carnival for a little over almost 2.5 years. All right. You guys are special because guess what? You are my last tour for this contract. Yes, I leave this week, and it's been a heck of a 6 months, and so you guys are going to be the final hurrah.
Where you headed?
Home. I'm Louisiana. Gonna go hang out.
You go be a doctor?
No. I'm gonna go on vacation. We do a 2-month vacation, and then my next ship's Jubilee. So I'll be signing on Jubilee in April. Yeah. So I'm gonna do some time in Louisiana, and then I'm gonna go to Brazil and do some time there because it seems to be my life now. split it. Yeah. All right. Enough about me. Please pour the beer. Don't be shy. I'm sorry. Yes. This is a new beer. You guys are the first ones to actually be trying it on the tour.
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead and do it.
It's,
Yeah, I'll do a pour. Yeah.
It's
I don't give it a lot of head.
Blonde. Sir, Kevon, how are you, sir?
I want to.
So this is called Celebration Key. The powers that be from corporate wanted us to create a beer to kind of celebrate a key of celebration. Apparently we have a new island coming out called Celebration Key, where all these big ships are going to go. So it's supposed to open here mid this year. So us as brewers got together and we came up with this recipe for them. This is the lightest beer you're going to have today. It does have a nice little hop flavor. It's not too bitter. It's got a little creaminess to it as well. So yeah.
So do you consider this to be an IPA?
I do not.
You do not?
No.
It's not,
Okay.
No, it's just the light ale, or as my friend over here said, it's a
Blonde.
blonde. I told him I hadn't seen any blondes behind the bars. I don't know about that, but it's a blonde.
It's like an IPA. It's got a bite to it.
Yeah, well, it's still new. It's still aging. We just transferred it into a serving tank. Again, you guys are the first ones to really get to try it.
The citrus
What's the percent alcohol on this particular one?
Oh, it's 5, I think 5.5, something somewhere in there.
Give me a
Yeah.
buzz.
Yeah, it'll give you a nice buzz. All right, so we'll talk a little bit about Carnival. Carnival got into this whole craft beer game in early 2000s. There was a huge craft beer boom that happened in America, and this guy Eddie Allen, who was VP of Beverage Operations at the time, took notice, right? And so we had guests coming on board asking for craft beer selections, and so instead of just bringing on different craft beers, he actually was like, you know what, why not be the first cruise company to have our own craft brand? And so he reached out to a brewery on land, and they came up with some recipes for us. And so if you've been on other ships, you've probably seen Thirsty Frog Red, Caribbean Wheat, Port Alpine IPA. Any of the beer that you see that is in cans, like the Parched Pig, Beach Lager, any of that, right? They still make there. Okay. So that became very popular, and so in 2016, we were building a brand new ship, the Vista. It was the biggest ship that we had ever built at the time, and it was going to be the biggest ship being built at the time. And so he had another wonderful idea. He's like, look, this craft beer brand has been doing well. Guests seem to like it. We were the first cruise company to have a craft beer brand. Why not be the first cruise company to actually brew beer on the ocean? Instead of bringing it on, let's just make it on the ship. We have enough space and everything, right? It sounds like a great idea, right?
Why not?
What could go wrong?
It's a terrible idea. Yeah, no. Everything about the ship plays against what we do here. From just getting raw ingredients on board can be difficult sometimes. Ordering, logistically, getting it on the ship, going through customs, all that, right? If something breaks, it's not like I can go to my local hardware store. Don't really see one. Or call Granger and have the part, that day or the next day, right? No, that's not possible. So that can be difficult sometimes. But the main thing is sometimes she's angry, and the motion of the ocean messes with everything. Messes with fermentation, messes with the brewing process. Liquids, when they start sloshing, they don't stop. They compound on each other. They just get worse and worse and worse. And so, we deal with that a lot. But guess what? We're known as the fun company, right? And maybe we're having a little fun in the home office and didn't learn from their first, second, third, fourth, because you're on their fifth mistake. We actually have 6 active breweries on ships. So all the Vista class, so Vista, Horizon, Panorama, all of these class, the Excel class, right? So we have Mardi Gras, Celebration, the newest ship, Jubilee. Okay, we have 2 new ships coming out. We have Excel 4, Excel 5 coming, same size as this. After that, guess what? We have a bigger class of ship coming, Ace class. This is about 180,000 gross tons. It's going to be somewhere in the 240 some odd thousand.
Oh my
gross
goodness!
Supposed to be bigger than the icon, right?
Most likely.
Bigger.
Or on the same scale, right? One thing I can tell you is, guess what they're all gonna have on them? Breweries. Yeah. So apparently this has been working out, right? Right now there's only 6 ships with breweries on them, right? There's only 8 of us that work for Carnival that do what we do. Okay, so job security, I guess. Right? If you think about that, there's only 8 of us in the world that do what we do. Kind of crazy. There's only ever one of us on a ship at a time. So right now, the only person that knows how to do what I do and does what I do for Carnival is me on this ship, which is great because a lot of times it's not like they can tell me what to do or if I'm doing my job or not doing my job. They have no idea. Right? They're like, hey, this crazy American makes some magic, does some things, like leave him alone. Right? So we typically work 6-month contracts. So we're typically on the ship for 6 months, and then we go on vacation. We're usually relieved by the next brewer, so we'll do a week handover. So this is my last week here, so normally I would have another brewer here to do a handover, and then they would take over the brewery, and I would go on my vacation and not think about beer or Carnival or anything like that, right? Well, there's no handover.
Well, what happened?
There's no brewer here. Nikolai, we sing.
Getting promoted.
We've been working very hard for him to get promoted. My last assistant before Nikolai replaced my previous assistant Putu. He is from Indonesia, was from Indonesia. We worked very hard, and he was the first brewer assistant to get promoted in Carnival history. And so now he is the brewmaster on Mardi Gras. Yeah. So
No degree? Not in brewing.
No. It doesn't. You don't really need that. Carnival went looking for those things because they needed that at the time because they were trying to solve problems that they had no idea. Again, no one in the home office has ever worked at a brewery, ran a brewery, or knows how to run a brewery, right? So they were looking for that. But now, since we have a bunch of these ships coming out, it is very hard to find an American that is capable or able to run a brewery by themselves and is willing to live on a ship.
For 6 months.
Brewing for 10 years.
Hey, apply. Do your thing, you know? So we've been working. We have found assistants that have been here with us for a long time. Nikolai can do everything I can do. He can run the brewery. He can do all those things. So what we've been working on is not the house, because I know he knows the house. Why? But recipe development. All these things, right? So the celebration key wasn't our recipe. We kind of came up with it as a group, as of 8. But Nikolai brewed that beer.
This one here?
No, the second one is a red. It's an Irish red. I brewed that before Nikolai came on board.
Smells
Now,
good.
this considered what? Is it like a stout or what is that?
No, it's a malty beer. It's a traditional Irish red malty. Yeah, something close to like a Killian's or Sam
Killian's.
Adams or something like that, right? Yeah. So that being said, Carnival, when we sign onto the ship, they allow us to take over the brewery. The brewery is ours, and they don't dictate what we brew. They've never asked me for any of my recipes or anything like that. We can brew whatever we want. It's our brewery. The only thing they ask is that we keep a couple styles on. So we keep it light, we keep it malty, we keep it hoppy, and we keep it dark. Okay. 4 styles. If you're gonna run a brewery back home, guess what you're probably gonna have? Same thing, right? So it kind of makes sense. There's hundreds of different beers you can brew in each one of those styles. Okay, all right. So each ship is vastly different because we are all different. We all come from different backgrounds. We're all different brewers. So if you were to sign on to Mardi Gras, none of the beers you're going to have today are going to be there. Nikolai here is actually going to take over, and he's going to hold down the fort for a couple of weeks, I think almost a month, until the other Brewmaster comes on board, which is really good for him. It's kind of that sink or swim kind of thing, right? See where he's at, and yeah. Again, we're trying to promote people from within that understand ship life and want to do this. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about beer real fast because it is a beer tour. I have no thoughts about that.
You guys need more?
What's up?
You guys need more?
Need more.
Huh?
So there are 4 main ingredients that make up beer. Any idea what those 4 main ingredients are?
Hops,
We got hops.
barley,
We'll call it malt,
Water.
water,
Yeast.
yeast. There we go.
Fermentation.
Yeah. So barley is correct. We can use a lot of different grains, but we call it malt because we can't just take it from the field. There has to be a process that goes through that, and we'll talk about that. All right. So out of those 4 main ingredients, what do you think is the most important?
water,
Temperature.
water.
Water. Yeah, I've never had dry beer.
Don't chew your beer.
Right? No, you can't. You're not chewing it. Right? That's bread. Exactly. Water. Water makes up about 92 to 96% of what you are drinking. Okay, so the water profile is very important. The mineral content and the pH in that water accent certain flavors in beer. If you look back historically, certain regions and areas weren't only known for the ingredients they could get, they were known for the styles of beer that they made because of their water profile. If you go to England, they're known for their porters, their stouts, their very malty pub beers. It's because their water is very hard. We now call it Burton-on-Trent water, okay? Because historically, those breweries were located Burton-on-Trent. Yes. If you go to Czech Republic, they're known for something completely different. They're known for something light, crisp, with a nice little hop bite, a Czech Pils. Guess what? Their water's soft. It runs through lime deposits. And guess what it does? It accents those flavors in that beer. Yeah. Where do you think we get the water for the ship?
ocean.
Not from the tap, do you?
Where do you think we get the water for the ship?
From the ocean.
Don't tell me.
Oh, look.
It goes through a heck of a
Are you kidding?
system.
It's the ocean.
So you desalinate the water and make beer?
Oh, well, see, I told you your answers.
I mean,
Your questions will be answered. Yes. So we're one of I don't know if there are any other breweries out there that use desalinated water to make their beer. We're very efficient and sustainable. Guess what? We are surrounded by a vast amount of water. It would be smart to design this ship in a way to be able to draw that water in through desalination units, strip out the salt, okay? We take it a step further. We RO that water because guess what? That's the fish's toilet bowl, right? So we don't know what's in there. So when you RO that water, what you get on the other side is just pure H2O, nothing else, right? Hydrogen, oxygen, that's what you got, right? We also RO that water because if you ever heard of the joke, why is the sea so salty?
That you peed in it.
Yeah, just Google it if you haven't, okay? You know, has to do with whales. Anywho, that's great. That's great. We get this pure H2O. But as crew members, if we were to drink that water or bathe in that water over long periods of time, guess what would happen? We'd probably start losing our teeth, our nails. We'd probably start saying R a lot. And no one wants pirates on the ship, right? You know? It'd be kind of like scurvy, right? It's basically a lack of mineral and vitamins because things flow from a high concentration to a low concentration. And as humans, we're made up of about 98% water. So you would be stripping out those vitamins and minerals faster than you could replace them, right? So what we do is we add minerals back. And in doing so, guess what we create? Our own specific water profile. Yes. So the only place you're going to get this beer is right here, right now, right on this ship, because of our water profile and because of the Brewmaster. Yeah, which makes it very special. Makes it very ship beer. Peanuts. Yeah. Now I can change the water. I can make it burn on Trent water. I can make it Chip Hills water. I told you guys I worked at Abita. I can make it Abita Springs water. I know our water profile. If I know their water profile, I can add minerals. I can change the pH and do some math and bingo, bango, done. But my time at Abita, we never changed the water. We used pure natural spring water from the ground, and we created our recipes around that water profile. So what I learned is the ability to be able to create recipes to the water profile I have, just like they would have done hundreds of years ago. All right, so I don't really change it that much. The only time I ever add anything is with a hazy IPA, and that's because you have to. It needs calcium chloride to help with that stable haze, help the yeast create that stable haze, and so you kind of have to do that. But outside of that, the same water that you drink out of the tap, same water that you take a shower with, same water that you get ice in the thing, that's the water we use. When you're taking a shower, you don't really smell a lot of chlorine or anything like that, right? No, it's not overly chlorinated or anything. It's just fresh water. So yeah, so it works really well. All right, next ingredient we'll talk about is malt. That second beer he brought out, it's a good transition for malt. You can see it's totally different color, right? Totally different flavor. It's got some roastiness. It's got some caramel. It's got a little bit of toffee, right?
And coffee. Yeah.
It's a totally different color. So, as brewers, we're more like chefs.
Yeah.
Okay, we create a recipe. In 2025, being a brewer is pretty easy because you can just basically go to your malt distributor and you can get malt from anywhere around the world. Right? They have malt houses all over the world, and they've been doing this for hundreds of years, and they learn different processes. One, you can't just take the grain from the field. That's what they did 7,000 years ago. And you're going to get about a 2% alcohol type of deal, right? But if you let that grain germinate a little bit, guess what happens? The carbohydrates in that kernel break down and they make sugar. Okay. Well, the more sugar you have, the more alcohol you get. So what they do is, it's not really any scientific thing. It's more of a touch, feel, taste type of deal for the maltsters. Okay, they've been training, most of them, their whole lives. It's a family kind of thing. They pass this on generation to generation. And so once that germination happens and it gets to a certain point, then they stop it by drying it out. Okay, so they kick up the heat, they dry the malt out. That's what we would call base malt. Okay, that's going to be your very baseline thing. That's where we're going to get most of our sugar from and hardly any flavor. Okay, so 70 to 80% of our recipes are usually made with base malt. Now, what they learned over the years is that if you roast or kiln that malt for certain periods of time, you get certain colors and certain flavors. All right? Just the same way as if you wanted to make chocolate or coffee, right? You're gonna roast the crap out of it. And so guess what? If we use chocolate malt, guess what flavor we're probably gonna get? Chocolate. Yeah, so we can add coffee and chocolate flavors to our beer without adding coffee or chocolate. We just use the grains that are roasted in that same manner. Okay? Now, the second beer that you had lives in that kind of middle range.
That's a nice color.
It's kind of like making toast, right? That would be considered probably toast. Like what standard toast, right? You know, if you crank the thing up to 7, that's when you're going to get that chocolate and that coffee or burnt toasty stuff. All right, so for us, again, we don't really make beer.
That's good. I like that. I like that.
So this is a hazy IPA.
This is the IPA.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's usually looks like orange juice. Looks usually very much hazier. But again, sometimes the girls they don't cooperate, right?
You guys keep going. I got one.
All right.
Which best way? This way?
Yeah, go that way. Wort. W-O-R-T. We make a sugary substance that has color and flavor from the grain and from the hops. All right. If you want to break down what a brewer is in layman's terms or simplify it, we are yeast feeding janitors. Yeah, sounds very glamorous, right? I always say everyone wants to do brewer things until it's time to do brewer things. Right? 98% of what we do is clean. Okay? You have to have a very clean and sanitary area. But also, you have to clean and sanitize their home, their tank, okay? Because we don't want the yeast to fight against wild yeast in the air or bacteria, because bacteria outpaces yeast 10 to 1. All right, and if that happens, guess what? You're not getting alcohol; you're just getting sourness. So we have to clean their home, we have to sanitize their home, we have to make it very hospitable for them. Then we have to make their food, all All right, and then we give them that food, and they're going to eat the sugars, and they're going to do some things. They're going to poop out CO2, they're going to pee out alcohol, and they're going to throw up some flavors into the beer. It's like a, white girl wasted. Yeah. If you've
What do you tell us?
so we use some very harsh chemicals. Yeah, we use caustic to eat the organic matter, and then we use peracetic acid to sanitize. And peracetic acid is used in almost all food processing areas and across the world. They put it on in medical, in the hospitals. They put it on meat and everything at certain concentrations. It is a sanitizer, but it is also food safe. All right, so you don't have to rinse it. All right, so yeah, so once we sanitize that tank, we're gonna shut it in. It's locked in. Right? Nothing's getting in there. All right, so we make their food. We give them their food. They're gonna do what I told you. Right? If you ever had a Belgian beer and tasted banana and clove in it, guess what? There's no banana and clove in that beer.
Yeah.
The yeast did that. They gave that flavor. Yep. So once that is done, once that fermentation's done, we have to basically clean up after them. They make a big mess. So the circle of life starts all over again. Right? Yeast feeding janitor. That's it. You treat the ladies right, and they make good beer. If you don't treat them right, they don't make such good beer. Okay. Now there are about 6,200 different strains of yeast that brewers can use to make beer. Yeah, and they keep finding more. Very, very daunting. Now there's about 30-ish, 40 maybe heirloom yeast that brewers traditionally use, right? If I'm gonna make an Irish red ale, I'm probably gonna use the same yeast they've been using for hundreds of years to make an Irish red ale. Right? There's no really reinventing the wheel. The only real new style of beer that's come out that is truly American is a hazy IPA. It didn't exist 10 years ago. It was because of science and what we learned from the actual fermentation process and what happens when yeast interact with hops and all these other things that we were able to create that style of beer. Now you have a West Coast IPA. It tastes like pine tar and Christmas tree and all those lovely flavors that yeah, guys with man buns usually like. Hey, even brewers don't really drink IPAs, right? You know why we make them? Because 80% of all craft beer sold in America is IPA. You make them because you drink them. Most brewers that have been around drink blondes, Kolsch's, Pilsners. The thing is that our taste buds, that's our tool. And if we were to drink all these crazy IPAs and blast out all the time, guess what? We're probably gonna become like taste deaf. We're not gonna be able to pick up on these flavors and everything that we need to. So we tend to stay away from the heavier flavor, heavier type of things. It also keeps it sharper, so that way when you do taste that hazy IPA that you made, you can go, oh, man, okay, yeah, I got this, or I know what I was shooting for, right? So we talked about yeast. Last is hops. We kind of talked about hops a little bit. Hops are the newest thing on the scene when it comes to beer. If you think about beer as being over 7,000 years old, going back to early Mesopotamia, Samaria, the whole reason why we have a whole agricultural system. The wheel, the plow, all that was to, guess what, make beer easier. All right. The whole reason why we know about molecules and bacteria is because this guy, Pasteur, was studying beer. He was studying beer and how to make it last longer. All right. So everything that we really know about microbes up until that, we didn't know anything about it up until that point. Beer kind of saved the world.
Also, from what I've heard, is during the Middle Ages, water was very unsafe and dirty in Europe. People would get sick drinking water. So if you drink beer, it's brewed, it's boiled, and it doesn't have bacteria, and you can safely drink it. So,
well, they didn't actually even boil it.
Yeah, they don't boil it.
They just took this grain from the field, and it was probably a happy little accident.
Fermented.
Some of it stayed in a container and got wet and started bubbling, and some idiot decided to try it. They're like, oh, look at this magic bubbly stuff, let me try it. Tried it and was like, oh, this don't taste so bad. It was only about 2% alcohol or whatever.
Right.
But if you think about it even crazier, he had to get some other stupid idiot to try the same thing. Like, hey, bro, come here. Come down here. I just drank this. It didn't taste so bad. It's so good, man. And guess what? It didn't kill me. Yeah,
that's right.
So like he's saying, you go down to your local watering hole, and guess what? You got a 50-50 shot of dying.
That's right.
Yeah, but you drink the magic bubbly stuff, guess what? You're good. You don't die. Yeah, so
what are you gonna drink? The bubbles.
you're gonna drink the magic bubbly stuff. I'm sure they prayed to whatever god they were praying to, and it was magic. Yeah. So,
That's fucking dark, man.
yeah, it's dark.
You ain't gonna see nothing through that.
No, this is a porter.
Coffee? Yeah. Tastes like coffee.
Tastes kind of like coffee, a little chocolate. Yeah, it's got a
Is
little
this
bit
like
of
a
that.
Guinness then?
Guinness isn't even a porter or a stout or anything.
No.
Guinness is like this. Unless you go to Ireland and have like real Guinness stout, the Guinness in America is like this bastardized thing.
Is it really?
Have you ever heard of Guinness Blonde Ale?
That's not bad.
Guess what?
I can
It's
drink that.
Guinness without coloring. It's the same
Yeah, but it
beer.
doesn't taste
Same beer.
Guinness with the little ball in it. That's just nasty.
Nitro, yeah, the nitro thing. I kind of like carbonated beer. I'm not a big, non-carbonated beer fan. So the nitro thing's okay, but yeah. So Guinness, the Guinness American Blonde is basically Guinness, and then they add what they call Wurstburger, which is kind of like a grain-derived coloring, and so it's not really a stout. It's not really a porter. And that doesn't say anywhere on the glass or on the packaging that it's a stout or a porter. It's just Guinness. Yeah.
So it's just its own beer.
It's its own thing. Now, if you go to Ireland, you get a Guinness stout. Or if you're in America, if you want like what's kind of close to what's in Ireland, you order a Guinness extra stout. And that's pretty similar. Pretty similar. Yeah. All right. So we use hops to preserve beer. They have preservative properties. They're pretty alien-like. They grow on a vine. Once that thing blooms, you have about 12 to 16 hours until you have to harvest the whole thing. So as soon as like, it's a very communal thing. It's really cool. Most of the hops in America are grown in just two valleys, Yakima, however you want to say it, Willamette, or Willamette, however you want to say it. I don't know. People say it both ways, but you're talking about Washington and Oregon, right? It's about 98% of all the hops grown in America. And guess what? We are the largest producer of hops in the world. So if you want to take that, yeah, that's a lot. Right?
Really?
Yeah.
So it's not Germany or Czech Republic, it's U.S. Wow.
The U.S. or yep.
Does hops have anything to do with the flavor?
Yes, absolutely. Hazy IPA, for example. All that flavor that you tasted, there's no citrus or anything in there. That comes from the hops. The bitterness that you taste from the beer comes from the hops. So we use beer as a preservative because if you take the antimicrobial properties that they have and you put them into the beer and you take the pH of that beer and the alcohol content, no human harming pathogens can survive. So if you were to take an IPA that you had in your fridge for 7 years and pull it out, hopefully none of you would have that, you can crack that open and drink it and it's going to taste like crap. But guess what it's not going to do?
It's not going to kill you.
It's not going to make you sick, it's not going to kill you. Yeah, it's not possible. Alright. Yeah, it may be skunky, it may taste like trash, but you know, it's not going to kill you. So if there's an apocalypse,
Do you
guess
lose
what?
alcohol content in there? No, you would never lose alcohol.
You just lose the hop, the alpha acids dissipate, so you're just going to lose that hop flavor. But the antimicrobial stuff is still there, right? It's still in there. It's not an environment where human harming pathogens really like or can survive. So we use it for that. We use it for preservative. We also use it to balance beer because I was telling you the yeast eats sugars, right? But they're going to leave about I don't know, 20 to 30% of the sugar behind. And so no one really likes cloyingly sweet things. You're not going to drink 7 milkshakes in a row or anything like that, right? Hopefully not. Some people might. But, you know, you'll feel it later. But yeah, so we use it to balance that sweetness. When we're talking as brewers, when we're talking about making recipes and beer, everything's about balance. We're always trying to look for balance. Okay? Yeah.
Send that over that way.
All right. Any questions? Porter. I know I've said a lot of things. I know.
So after you're brewing your beer, you have the leftover, I don't know if it's the hops or the barley, but like the
Leftover grain?
The man.
grain.
Yeah.
What do you guys do with that? You just dispose?
Well, normally, yeah.
It goes to the buffet.
Yeah, I always say, we don't put it in the troughs on Lido.
No, but by us, by the brewers in Wisconsin, they take those and they use them for dog treats.
You could do that. I don't see very many dogs on the ship.
It's not
So
the brewers, the local brewer, they do
right,
it and
right.
they just give them away.
Yeah, normally what you would do is you would sell it to farmers for pennies on the dollar pound wise, and they feed it to their cattle, they feed it to their pigs, they feed it to their chickens. I mean, it's still kind of sweet and it smells really bad. It's not sanitary. But it smells really, really bad, and most pigs and cows really, really love it.
There's a lot of nutrients in it, though.
There's still a lot of nutrients.
There's a lot of
form
nutrients.
that they'll get for them because there's nothing added into it.
Right, there's no additives.
There's no additives.
It's all pure, yeah.
So for cows, you can do, it's like up to I think 50 or 60% diet. Right? So most of the time they supplement it during the winter. They let them free graze because most cattle grown in America is free grazing on land. When it comes wintertime, unfortunately that's not a thing. So a lot of times they use that to supplement, and they'll supplement it, especially hay and everything else, because you don't want them to eat too much of that. It doesn't have a whole lot of nutrient. So yeah, even your grass-fed cattle, I guarantee you, has had some type of grain fed to it. because
All they do is put them on the field for 20 minutes and say they eat grass, so they're.
well, I mean, they do.
It's like chickens. It's like
They
roaming
do,
chickens.
they do it. I mean, the best thing that for farmers is to let them free graze, have the supplement. If they want it, they come and get it, and then they go back out and they free graze, like just like what we would do. The best thing to do is just allow them to eat what they want, right? So unless you're in like warm climates all the time, that no cow is 100% grass fed. So it's not.
What was that quote you said earlier about making beers like having to cook out something, have something to throw in the flavor?
You know about the yeast?
It's got the yeast.
So they poop out CO2, pee out alcohol, and they throw up flavor in the beer.
That's the yeast.
That's what the yeast do. Yeah, that's beer. Yeah.
Yeah, you could have that one. Not a fan.
I like that one. He works with
like that one?
He works with
You like the IPA?
Probably.
Not an IPA.
Yeah.
You can't do
But you are a beer.
My last week.
But you are a beer tour.
You guys want to take You guys want to take a field trip? See
Yes.
some cool stuff?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Let's do it.
Let's do it to it, Poppy. Ready, my love? Okay.
So yeah, like I told you guys, we're gonna go in there. We're gonna see the brew house. We'll talk about that, right? We're gonna go actually inside the brewery, and then we're gonna come back out here. You're gonna get a certificate. You're gonna get a souvenir pint glass, and you're gonna get to sign your receipt. So that way I don't have to send you to guest services, right? Yeah, those things. All right, follow me.
Let me pause this real quick.